Is your happily ever after in need of a little fine-tuning? Ida LeClair is happy to help in her show Makin Whoopie, playing at the Public Theater in Lewiston this weekend.
Susan Poulin is the woman who created Ida LeClair and the show. She's a comedian and a writer. We asked Poulin where the idea for her character began.
I did a Maine storytelling, a Yankee storytelling contest years ago. I think it was 1995, and I was a finalist in my category, and I was going for most sexual innuendo in a Yankee yarn. You know, it wasn't really like, I figured there's no competition there. So I was surprised when I won, and the finals were on the stage of the Colonial Theater in Keene, New Hampshire, and Tim Sample was hosting, and Bob Bryant was there. They were doing some Bert and I stuff, and the winners of all the categories, and I was the only woman on the stage. And I thought, this guy's talking about the mothers-in-laws and hunting and fishing, and I thought that didn't reflect the amazing women that I grew up with in Maine, the strong, funny, and wise women. And so I came home and I decided to write a Maine humor character, and I heard Ida's voice in my head fully formed.
Hi there, my name's Ida, and I am a certified Maine life guide, which is kind of like a life coach, except for the diplomas and the fancy schmancy office.
Ida lives in Mahoosic Mills with her husband Charlie and her dog Scamp.
Scamp, who looks a lot like my dog, Charlie.
What a coincidence.
What is life like for Ida?
Ida has an amazing life. She hangs out with her friends, the women who run with the moose, Celeste, Rita, Betty, Dot, and Shirley, always said as one word.
But I don't buy a whole base. This is a little tip. I just use my under eye concealer and I put it on the top too, and then you get a nice, you know, a nice flat palette.
She works as a cashier down to the A&P, so she gets to meet a lot of the people in Mahoosic Mills, and she's a genuinely happy person.
I thought all the A&Ps had gone out of business.
Well, in Mahoosic Mills, there is one A&P left.
They're holding out.
Yeah, yeah.
This is Ida LeClair's Guide to Love and Marriage. Given that you made the comment about the sexual innuendo the first time you sort of went up on a stage, I assume that when you talk about love and marriage, it's a rich trove of material.
It is. This is Ida's 6th play, and I wrote it last year, Makin Whoopie, as a kind of a celebration of Ida, a love letter to Ida, and a celebration of our 20th anniversary together. And so it gives a nod of the hat to the first show, but it also reflects where she is now. She's 60 years old, and what concerned her then, not so much now.
Let's touch on just one of the questions you raise. What do a whoopie pie and marriage have in common?
Well, marriage is like a whoopie pie. I'll let Ida answer. It's two wholes coming together. You know, with a whoopie pie, you cook 2 little blobs of cake batter, and you could just eat one of those. You know, it would be fine, but it's better when you put it together. So it's 2 wholes coming together, joined by love, which is the fill-in. Ida's very big on, as I am, on being responsible for your own personal happiness. So it's not 2 halves coming together. It's 2 whole people coming together, joined by love.
There you go.
Yeah.
What can people expect when they come see Makin Whoopie?
It's, I wanted to create a show that was just super fun to perform, and I did that. So it has, Ida reflects on her relationship with Charlie, but she's a certified Maine life guide, which is like a life coach, only without the diploma. And so she's also been writing a Dear Ida column for the Moose Megantic Gazette, and she has some mail that just came in. So she uses those letters as a kind of jumping off place to give advice about marriage in a wide variety of topics.
To what degree do you have some serious things that you want to drop into the show? Do you have any serious stuff, or do you just want to make people laugh and just entertain them, which is, of course, fine?
I don't think those 2 things are mutually exclusive, right? It's a both and. So there's a lot of really funny stuff, and people will come and laugh, and then on the way home go, wow, that was a really practical advice, right? Because Ida always uses humor to make a point. Right, so like one piece on how to get your sexy back to guys would be, if your wife spends time doing something, cooking a dinner, getting dressed up, say something, compliment her. It don't matter if you feel she's missed the mark or not, you're rewarding effort, not outcome. Now, if men did that, their whole marriage would be so much easier, right?
As my husband Charlie says, Ida, being a life guide's perfect for you. You'll just love giving advice to folks, whether they ask for it or not.
You talk about the development of your character, Ida, and how you really wanted to represent more Maine women. Yeah. When you get off the stage with Ida, do you have people coming up to you, and what are they saying to you?
They never say they're Ida, but they always know Ida. It's their mother-in-law or their aunt. It really is like, somebody once said, it's like spending time with your favorite aunt, somebody who is wise and funny and just fun to hang out with. Yet you can come to for advice, and that's what Ida is like. Yeah.
Makin Whoopie, Ida LeClair's Guide to Love and Marriage, plays at the Public Theater in Lewiston November 9th through the 11th, and we will be right back.